I worked in pediatric palliative care for 10 years, and here are the pros and cons. Also, this is part 2 of 8 of the pros and cons of every job that I've had in nursing. Working in this field was definitely one of the most meaningful jobs, but probably one of the more harder jobs that I've ever had. Obviously, working with this population is super niche. Also, it wasn't a hospice, so a little bit more community vibes. To this day, I definitely still think about some of the clients that I worked with. I think that working with this population definitely makes you look at life with a new perspective. I think it makes you appreciate life a little bit more. And if anything, it really makes you remember not to sweat, honestly, the little things in life. I think that working in this field can definitely be very emotional. I think it can take an emotional as well as a mental toll on your health. I think that the hardest part of working in this field is that you do have to have very difficult conversations in very difficult situations. So sometimes the feeling in the room is just so heavy that sometimes you just don't know what to say. Luckily, however, I did work, with people that were very experienced. Also, because it was in a hospice setting, it's a little bit different from working in the hospital. In the hospital, literally every resource is there. In the hospice, most of the resources are there, but it's, you can't really duplicate the hospital there. So sometimes that was definitely challenging. You did have to get a little bit creative with some things. But I guess that's just the reality of working in the community. Obviously, if you work in palliative care, you can work in inpatient palliative, you can work in a hospice. There's different alternatives, right? Anyways, that's all I have to say. Comment if you've ever worked in palliative care, if this is your thing, what your thoughts were, and then comment if you want part 3. Part 3 is more inpatient pediatric acute nursing, and yeah, let me know if that's something you're interested in.